Good afternoon, I'm Raylene Ramsey. This is your afternoon news fix for Thursday, the 13th of March. Investors are keen to see a long-term pipeline of work before committing to spending their money here. More than 100 companies managing about $6 trillion in capital are at the government's Infrastructure Investment Summit in Auckland. Brett Shepherd from Craig's Investment Partners says firms liked hearing a 30-year plan being outlined and look forward to hearing what projects are coming through.
Is once it's seen as sustainable, then they know that they can invest the capital and keep investing the capital. What they don't like is committing, and then you have a one-off because it provides illiquidity.
ACT leader David Seymour won't confirm how many school lunches are being supplied from Australia, saying it's an operational matter. RNZ is reporting the School Lunch Collective looked across the ditch this week to ensure it had enough meals after food manufacturer Labelle went into liquidation. Seymour says the government has a contract to deliver the meals, but not a contract based on country of origin.
This is designed to make sure we have continuity while we sort out a problem that's been well publicised that we are sorting out. And in the long term, you'll see 20 Kiwi firms feeding food into the system.
Ministers have been grilled over the scrapping of livable wage requirements for contractors. It's one of 24 requirements being cut from the government's procurement rulebook in a bid to streamline the process for business. Revenue Minister Simon Watts says the change will help drive economic growth.
It will make it easier for New Zealand businesses to get New Zealand government contracts. Okay. That is good for New Zealand. That is good for New Zealand workers.
Opposition MPs like Labour Deputy Carmel Sepuloni sought assurances it wouldn't lead to wage cuts.
Should security guards and cleaners employed at Parliament continue to be guaranteed a living wage?
Suggestions turnout in local body elections would improve with a move to in-person voting. Local Government New Zealand wants postal voting scrapped in local elections and replaced with polling places and ballot boxes. Nelson Mayor Nick Smith is behind the calls and says in-person voting is tried and true in parliamentary elections. He says postal voting isn't working and turnout isn't good enough.
It's pretty damn awful. We're down to about 40%. It's been declining for more than 30 years.
Demand for places in the Christchurch Marathon is reaching new heights. The event shaping up to be the biggest in its 43-year history. There's been a 37% increase in international participants, with 187 athletes from 19 countries registered for the April 13th event. Director Callum Nicholson says running's become popular in the last few years, particularly in the younger demographic.
It is all over social media, and I think people are sort of seeing the well-being and health benefit and things too after what's been a tough few years for a lot of people.
To sport. And Blues coach Vern Cotter has confirmed Beauden Barrett will spend up to a month on the sidelines with his fractured hand. 14 Test loose forward Ethan Blackadder's been scratched for the Crusaders clash against the Force as a precaution after taking a knock at training. New Zealand cricket have no update on Sophie Devine's return to the White Ferns, despite her getting drafted by the Southern Brave into the 100 competition in the UK in August. Basketballer Stephen Adams has been ejected after a scuffle in the Houston Rockets NBA game against the Phoenix Suns. That is your latest news fix. We'll be back with the next update tomorrow morning from the Newstalk ZB newsroom.